I was able to open up for Ben and Ben. And they're massive. They are as an artist.
As an artist.
And so I went up on stage and performed my own songs. And the thing is, when it comes to me performing up on stage in front of thousands of people, the feeling is different. There's more stress, there's more overthinking, there's more. I become too tedious on the small details that don't matter anymore. And then, of course, when I would be up on stage and even after the performance, I would be critical about like my performance. Like, well, what did I do wrong? So, it's just like, it's too much.
You were doing what someone else wanted you to do.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, what someone else wanted me to do. I don't make decisions for my life. It's almost like I was waiting for life to happen to me. And
who invited you sa concert?
It was an ex-girlfriend.
So, ibig sabihin, hindi rin ikaw nag-decide nun, di ba?
It was not even, it was not even me. Yeah,
okay.
but yeah, the world has somehow conspired for me to go to the concert. And that one specific moment in One Republic set, Ryan Tedder was doing a piano solo on a C minor to transition into Apologize.
Yeah.
And that moment, it's almost like my soul was taken out of my body and I was able to look at myself in third-person view. And I have realized in that moment, wow, at this point in life, I have done nothing for myself. I have been the same person, no friends, lacks the ability to communicate and socialize, is full of bitterness and resentment, and has only blame to project onto other people for how miserable my life was. And then after that concert, the next day, went to admissions, dropped out of college. Huge weight lifted off of my shoulders.
So people pleaser ka.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to the Paco's Place podcast.
And the podcast will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Paco's Place, Rasec Marc.
Hello, everyone. Paco, thank you so much for having me again.
Thank you for being here. So since last you were here, what projects have you done?
There were a few.
Like
before coming over, there were only a few. There were only a few artists that I could name, but
Sina Jules, di ba?
Sina Jules,
yeah.
And basically, it's almost like Jules Grazer was the one who kickstarted the whole thing for me. And then 23 was when there were a lot of. I was just swamped with projects.
Like sina Garth Garcia. Did you do Garth?
I did, yeah.
How was that? How was it working with the Prince of Pop?
Very easy. Oh my goodness. It's the most seamless
Mabait na tao
transition. Yes, very much so. Very much so. And what I've noticed about Garth is that he speaks highly of the people around himself. Instead of pointing the limelight to himself, like he always likes to point it outwards towards the friends that he is surrounded with. And so he basically sent me an email asking for a like electronic dance music, and then I sent him a demo, and he's like, "Let's do it." Made him an entire instrumental. Came to the studio, only spent 2 hours at the studio, and we're done.
Okay.
That's it.
So you did Garth. What was your takeaway aside from him being giving? Ano pa?
Apart from that, there's this really interesting energy around Garth, like because they like teasing the people they are close with, and it's really fun. It just reminds me of my friends as well. Like there's a lot of like poking, making fun of each other, but there is relentless support with each other and trust. And I admire that about them.
Oh, sige. As a producer, okay. You're hired diba? You're hired to do the work.
Yes.
Sometimes when it's a collab, when nothing is at stake, okay, fine. Pero there are times when it becomes, you know what? I'm getting you to produce my album. Do you talk about parameters before you work on the album, or may curveball ka ba na, hindi, teka lang, Rasec, medyo, ito gusto ko eh. But then again, it changes the vision you have for the project. Mm-hmm. We talked about this early on eh. But this time, dito sa episode na to, I'll take advantage of it. Let's deep dive. How do you normally, and tell me what you do, how do you communicate with the artist pag matigas ang ulo? Yan. Or may ego?
So here's the thing though. Out of all of the projects that I have worked on, I have been very spoiled enough for them to fully trust me and give me full creative freedom when it comes to their songs. And so many times I would present to them a demo without any resistance. Seriously.
Pero minsan nakakatakot, di ba?
Yes.
Like if they don't
yes.
resist, it's like, okay. Kasi
Yes.
you want feedback eh.
Yes, very much so. And also, I would be placed in positions sometimes where I would present to them a song and they would not respond to me within a day. And so it's like, oh my gosh, do they not like the song? Did I do bad? Oh my gosh. And then I keep checking if they messaged me or they emailed me. It's like I'm a guy who sent out a text to a girl like asking for a date, and it's like, oh my gosh, did she respond to me already? But no, I'm not like that towards girls anymore, but I'm like that towards the clients now. Yeah, towards the songs.
Okay. So let's say nag-respond after one day, di ba? And thumbs up, right?
Yes.
How do you feel? I mean, do you feel a sense of accomplishment, or are you naiisip mo ba na, teka muna, baka mamaya I'm doing the same thing over and over again? Because remember kanina when we were having lunch, sabi ko sa'yo, I'd like to throw some projects at you because in my case,
Yeah.
parang if I'm fixated into this type of genre, minsan napapansin ko, it spills over into other into other artists na lagyan natin ng 6-8 times signature or mga ganun. Don't you feel that?
I do feel the same way. Yes, of course. There's almost like an artistic fingerprint that you can see when it comes to songs that I have worked on, and also like for you, you would have your own artistic fingerprint, and it's something subconscious. Pero at the same time, for me, I would also want to continually evolve, and so many times I would, and I'm still a student. I would always still look for tutorials on YouTube, even though I know them already, and see other producers' process when it comes to making material. And when there's a nugget of information that I would receive, for example, at 11 p.m. at night, and on YouTube, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a cool thing. I wanna try and apply that to some of my projects. I would not be able to sleep anymore in the middle of the night. And so I would lay there for like maybe 2 more hours. And then 1 a.m. comes, it's like, I would not be able to sleep. I have to drive all the way to Lakewood right now, to the studio, and just try it. And that has happened a few times already.
So your studio is not at your place.
No, not anymore. I used to work off of my living room.
Right. Now
Yes.
you got your studio in Lakewood.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's quite a drive, huh?
It's yeah,
Like mga 20 miles.
very much so. Yeah, it's a hike.
So 20 miles convert to kilometers. Ano siya? 'Di ba parang, hey Siri, what's 20 miles to kilometers? 32.19 kilometers. Para sa mga taong nasa
That's only one way.
one way. Para sa mga tao sa Canada, sa Philippines, at kung saan-saan pa, where sa
Everywhere
Australia,
else in the world.
where they use kilometers, right? Oh my God. That's far at 1 a.m. just to get that nugget out of your head
Yes.
and into print.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
it's yeah, I would not be able to sleep because I just keep thinking about it.
So now, are you producing full-time?
Yes. And the film scoring,
Full-time.
full time. I
Galing.
haven't had a job in a long time.
Okay. Now, kaya ako tinatanong, the last time you were here, we were talking about me challenging you into releasing something as
Yes.
with you as an artist.
Yes.
Has it been a year since you were here? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Wala pa rin, no?
No, wala pa rin. Oh man.
Bakit?
Okay.
Bago mo sagutin yan, ha? Kaya kita tinatanong because there are people listening who like tinkering with editing, with producing, with creating. And they do this because feeling nila DIY is the way to go. And they started out as artists like yourself.
Yes.
And ang ending, like, guys, pakinggan yung sinabi ni Rasec, haven't had a job. Ito yung trabaho niya for years now. Pero as a producer and a film scorer, not as an artist.
Not as an artist.
Okay, go. Bakit?
I fell in love with it. So it's almost like the artist side of me was a way for me to bring out the producer side, because I knew I've always been interested in recording stuff and tinkering with the computer, but I did not have artists to work with back then. So, you know, what else am I gonna do? I also like songwriting, so let me write a song. Who the heck is going to sing these songs? So I sang on it myself, would produce everything. I'd make albums, I'd make singles. And it's like, wow, okay, that was the process of me becoming better as a music producer. And then when I started collaborating with other people, oh my gosh, it becomes more magical. And then I'd see them up on stage performing the song that we worked on. And I'd hear the impeccable production and instrumentation made by yours truly, wink wink. And it's like, wow, I like this.
Better, you like it better?
I do like it better. And recently as well, or I think that was just last year actually. Last year I was able to open up for Ben and Ben. And they're massive. They are.
As a singer, huh?
Yes, as an artist.
As an artist.
And so I went up on stage and performed my own songs. And the thing is, when it comes to me performing up on stage in front of thousands of people, the feeling is different. There's more stress, there's more overthinking, you know, there's more. I become too tedious on the small details that don't matter anymore. And then, of course, when I would be up on stage and even after the performance, I would be critical about like my performance. Like, well, what did I do wrong? So, you know, it's too much. It's too much. And so when I see other people sing the songs that we collaborated on, that's where I feel more
detached. And
yes, I feel more detached with the songs. For sure, yeah. And I just enjoy them. I just enjoy them as an audience. And I like the feeling better. As opposed to me performing my own songs.
When did it occur? Like, alam ko, when you were starting, andyan sina Clarence, di ba? Like,
yes.
Si Kenneth ba was there already when you were starting? Sina Kenneth Lorente?
Well, as an artist, hindi pa. No, Kenneth and I were not
Si
talking
Clarence,
yet.
yes. No?
Yes.
Okay, so when did it click na, mas gusto ko yata mag-produce, ah. Sino yung artist na kakolab mo when you figured out na, you know what, mas okay yatang maging producer?
Yeah. I feel like Clarence was definitely the first artist that really made me see through the lens of a music producer.
She's very good also, ah.
She's
By the way,
amazing.
si Clarence is Clarence de Dios. Look her up and we'll post the link in the description. Pero yeah, she can really interpret and actually write. And can she write? She writes,
Yes,
right?
yeah. She has written her own songs. Yeah.
Sino ang okay, sa pagpo-produce, sino ang idol mo? Whom do you look up to?
There's so many people. As a songwriter, I admire Taylor Swift's songwriting. I also look up to Ryan Tedder from One Republic.
Did you attend this class?
No, I have not. I did not.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Worth it. If you can attend Ryan Tedder's master class, very, very worth it. By the way, Ryan Tedder is the singer of One Republic.
Yes.
I used to say One Direction. Harry Styles. One Republic, yeah. Galing,
Yeah.
galing.
I consume a lot of content off of YouTube. It's like it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pero yung kanya kasi, he goes down to theory. Why the 1654? Why the 1545? Why all these stuff? Why it works? And then, di ba parang when you see him, when you see Ed Sheeran, parang the chords are there. But then again, ang maganda sa kanilang dalawa, yeah, same 1654 chord progression.
Yes.
Pero yung immense amount of melodies na pwede mong daanan dun sa part na yun,
Yes.
di ba?
Yeah, their songwriting is
Yung mga underlick,
amazing.
mga ganyan-ganyan, lahat yan. Yun ang mga, I think it might be worth it for you to go there. Like a while ago, we were talking about string movements. Yun.
Yeah. Another thing is like apart from the music production content that I consume on YouTube, I also go deep into film scoring, and it's like it's a whole different thing.
Okay, so film scoring, aside from John Williams, sino gusto mo?
I like I've been following a lot of people. His name is Guy Mitchellmore or something.
Okay.
One is I look at a lot of Hans Zimmer videos too.
Yeah.
And I've studied a few John Powell scores, the Finding Nemo stuff, and yeah.
If you can go back to an 80s show on YouTube called The Equalizer, which was remade by Denzel Washington. It was a TV show in the 80s, The Equalizer.
I didn't know that.
Stuart Copeland scored the series.
And that's who you look up to?
I from that point on, because I was a fan. I still am a fan of the Police, and Stuart Copeland is the drummer of the Police. And then when they disbanded, he went into film scoring, and I was watching that show in the 80s as a kid. Tapos nakita ko, sabi ko, sa credits, Stuart Copeland. Ginugol ko, hindi, syempre walang Google nung 80s.
Not yet.
But, reading Modern Drummer, all these magazines, glimpses of, oh my God. And then you follow your idol everywhere they go with.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that's how you learn. So songwriter, Taylor Swift, Ryan Tedder. Ano naman nagustuhan mo kay Taylor Swift?
Her melodies. The way she writes her melodies, and then the way she repeats certain sections and make it so catchy. And even just like the choices of her syllabication or
phrasing.
Yeah, the phrasing. Oh my gosh, it's insane. She's amazing. She's really good at what she does. No, I mean, hence Taylor Swift.
Pati utak niya. I mean, even her musical IQ is good. Her business music IQ is also good.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I saw a few videos of Taylor Swift when she was just playing the guitar by herself.
At the Whiskey Go Go. Did you see that?
What's that?
She was at the Whiskey Go Go as a kid.
Oh yeah.
One of the videos where she was starting.
Oh yeah. I mean, she started a long time ago. But then, all of her efforts have paid off for sure.
Yeah.
No, but so for me, usually when it comes to songwriting, my struggle would be if I would write with just one instrument and try to make a song out of that, I would struggle because I would be busy thinking about what production would come into on top of the solo instrument that I am playing with. And when I saw videos of Taylor Swift doing the same thing, she was like so focused. She was able to write melodies on top of melodies with just one instrument. And that's what I admire about Taylor Swift. She's really amazing at songwriting.
Okay, Ryan Tedder naman.
Ryan Tedder was basically the let's for lack of a better word, the guy who saved my life.
Expound on that.
Kasi what happened, this was years and years and years ago. The Script and One Republic were going to have a concert at the Hollywood Bowl.
I was there.
You were there?
Yeah.
Yes. And so...
Were you there?
I was there. Yes. Originally, I didn't really want to go because I did not necessarily care about One Republic at that time.
That was Sarah Bareilles, The Script, and One Republic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. Pero there was basically I think we talked about this sa previous...
Let's talk about it again. Para hindi na natin i-rewind.
Anyway, so I was still in college at that time. And me being in college for engineering was the epiphany of what autopilot was like. I had no decision making, no taking responsibility of my own life. And then I went to the concert. When I saw the Script...
Time out. Let's go deeper. Autopilot, no decision-making capability. Ano ibig sabihin nun? You were doing what someone else wanted you to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What someone else wanted me to do.
Okay.
doesn't, I don't make decisions for my life. I don't. It's almost like I was waiting for life to happen to me.
Right.
And
Who invited you sa concert?
it was an ex-girlfriend.
So, ibig sabihin, hindi rin ikaw nag-decide nun, di ba?
It was not even, it was not even me. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the world has somehow conspired for me to go to the concert. And that one specific moment in One Republic set, Ryan Tedder was doing a piano solo on a C minor to transition into Apologize.
Yeah.
And that moment, it's almost like my soul was taken out of my body, and I was able to look at myself in third person view. And I have realized in that moment, wow, at this point in life, I have done nothing for myself. I have been the same person for 2 years now. No friends, lacks the ability to communicate and socialize, is full of bitterness and resentment, and has only blame to project onto other people for how miserable my life was.
Wow.
And then after that concert, the next day, went to admissions, dropped out of college.
Felt good.
Oh my gosh. It was like a huge weight lifted off of my
So
shoulders.
people pleaser ka.
Oh, yes. Very much so. Oh, yeah. People pleaser. Yeah. I let people step over me. I'm a dirty rug that people walk over.
And then it ended that night nung concert. What was that? Was it back in 2014, no, mga ganun, no? 2013,
Yeah,
2014.
13 or 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
I know. Wow. And yeah, the whole character development started after that.
Galing. When you said that was your crossroad. You really need to make a decision to take hold of your life, you know, and your destiny, di ba?
Yeah, because it's almost like I was in the passenger seat of my own life for that entire time, and then that was like the first time I stepped out of the passenger seat and went into the driver's seat. And so first time for me to to really take control of where I want to go, I was like, where am I gonna even go? But but that was the beginning of it. I'm actually finally driving my own life.
Pero ang ganda, no? Where am I going to go? Who cares? Ang importante at that moment is, yun nga sinabi mo, ikaw na ang behind the wheel.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes.
As opposed to, where am I going to go? Pero pasahero ka. Diba? You're going to go where I tell you to go.
Yeah, wherever life takes you. Just aimlessly floating down the river. That was me for a very long time.
Now, seeing these two facets, no, who you were and who you are. Now you have your own studio. Now can you say that you're in the trajectory where you really want to be moving toward?
No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt.
Let's talk about the studio. Nung nagkakilala tayo, you were doing music in your house.
Yes.
How did the decision to get a studio come about? Because that's your decision. No one told you to get a studio. Did someone tell you to get a studio?
No one did.
Or did they kick you out?
No.
Too many people are coming to the house. Get out.
It was a combination of many things. An opportunity was presented to me, and at the same time, I got my feelings hurt as well, because I brought someone into the house, and that person was doing a movie, and she wanted me to make a few songs to be used as a soundtrack for the film.
Yeah.
And then I brought her to my place. I brought her to the living room, and we were able to look at my session and take a look.
Malamang babae na naman doon, no?
Yeah, but I mean she.
Kita mo, laging may sorry, I had to cut in. Laging may catch it. Anyway. You brought her to the living room. Okay.
Yes. And then so both of us started talking to another singer, and then we tried to do some collaboration, and then a few days later, that singer was told me as well, like that they were talking, And then the person that I was working with was saying, I don't like to, we could like go look for another studio because I don't like it. It's very unprofessional.
Ouch.
And I'm like, oof, yeah, that hurts. I need to have my own place. And I understand. I agree with her. And all the more it hurts because it is true. You know, I have family members that I have to say, please don't go downstairs to get water. Don't pass by the living room. Don't use your own house to attend to your own needs because I have clients. You know, it's about time as well. And then,
so from that point to the time that you moved out, how long did the contemplation last?
dang, I've already thought about having my own studio for a long time already.
So that was the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak.
Yeah,
okay.
but I guess I was waiting for my feelings to get hurt first before I actually took action. Yeah.
Okay.
And so and Clarence also in the same timeline was also saying, "Hey, I have a business and I have multiple rooms. One of them could be yours."
Oh.
And I'm like, "Girl, let's be business partners." So yes, that's what happened, and now I'm renting one of her rooms in Lakewood.
Parang lockout.
What's a lockout?
Yeah, like rooms that because before we had this Paco's place, when Janelle and I were living in an apartment, I had to rent my studio somewhere else in Glendale. I was paying $1,000 a month. But of course with JJ and the rest of the band, right? So it wasn't that much.
Yeah.
But then again, we couldn't record because guess what? Next door, there's a band playing and there's another band playing.
Oh.
So it's like, it's
Well,
like,
yeah, what I like about my studio right now though is it's a music academy. And it's not very loud. And at the same time, it's mostly very quiet.
right.
And I get to have access to it 24/7, so sometimes I would work at night and there would be no one there. Pero it's very quiet. It has like a home vibe.
Not only that, there's a sense of I have to step out of the door and actually go to work.
True.
Diba?
Yes.
Kasi ako, tinatamad ako eh. Alam mo yung, oh my God, mag-e-edit ako. How far is my, tell them, how far is my house from the studio?
20 steps.
So minsan, parang, mamaya na nga lang ako pupunta sa studio.
Oh man, that's me. Many times I would be working on a violin section. I'm like, I'm sleepy. Let me go upstairs. I'm gonna take a nap. Yeah.
But when your studio is 20 miles away or 31 kilometers, dude,
I have to make use of the time,
and the gas.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Did you find yourself more productive now that you have your own place?
Oh, yes. Exponentially more productive. Yes.
What's the name of your studio?
I have no name for my studio.
Kailangan mo bigyan ng, oh my God, dapat may pangalan ka na para dyan.
Kasi
Diba?
it's not necessarily a studio for me to like the main purpose of it is for it to be rented out for artists. It's not that. It's more of just like for my own,
sige.
like my own office for me to work all of these songs and projects.
Like alam ko si Van Halen had a studio. I'm not sure if he named it. I may be wrong, but it might be named 5150 yata yun pangalan ng studio niya. Like ang Intervoice, the first studio of Intervoice in the Philippines where the Line to Heavens were written, we named our studio Corky Pine.
Corky Pine
Studio.
Corky Pine.
Bakit? Kasi that studio, ang wall namin puro pine wood yung mga trimmings, tapos cork yung yung wall, so cork and pine wood, so Corky Pine. It smelled nice, di ba? Parang say yung studio mo ang pangalan Butthurt Studio.
Because I got Butthurt. Butthurt Studio. That's perfect. Oh man.
So you have to put a name to it, di ba? Parang memorable, parang ganon. Parang wala lang, para masaya lang.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Okay. So, is it a one-man army?
There's two of us. There's two of us.
You have an engineer?
I'm the engineer as well.
You're the engineer as well.
Yes.
At some point, you'll have to do the arrangement and let people mix it and master. Let's talk about mixing and master because a while ago pinag-usapan natin yan.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the process. Dahil we have a habit of just, to make it easy and close the deal, we'll give X amount of dollars and say, we'll give you the finished product for X. Ang hindi nila alam, pag inalakart nila yon, they'll be paying more.
Oh.
A lot more.
Substantially more, yes. That's
a
true.
lot more. Tapos, yeah, we're putting in studio time, but because it's our studio, we're giving them more time than they can possibly imagine. Kesa magpunta sila sa ibang studio and pay per hour, a la carte. Diba? Explain that. I'll give you this platform without pointing a finger at anybody na barat, ha? So what's the process like? Of course, oh, by the way, di pa tapos. They're not paying you as a songwriter.
Nope. They're not paying me for as a mixing engineer.
They're not paying you as a, kumbaga, it's all comboed. Hindi mo pwedeng himayin eh. Because pag hinimay yan, you gotta pay me advance royalties right away as a songwriter. Tama? And then, teka muna, ako pa magigitara? You gotta pay me.
Musician fees too.
As a guitar player. Oh, ako rin magki-keyboards. You gotta pay me as a keyboard player.
That's true.
Teka
That's
muna.
true. And also,
arranger ka pa.
exactly. And who is the engineer that's going to be recording the musician?
Ikaw rin.
Me too.
Recording engineer ka rin.
Yes.
Tapos imimix mo pa. So mixing engineer, recording engineer, mastering engineer ka pa. O, sino magbabackup nun? Oh, ikaw din? Oh,
Yeah.
may bayad din
Actually,
yun.
yeah.
Dude, yung pa lang. Kung babayaran mo ng totoong rate yan, abutin ka ng 10,000, $10,000 to actually do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much so.
Diba? I have a friend. He's been on the podcast 3 times. So, isa pang podcast, pareho na kayo. His name is Mark Damian. And he's a drummer. He's a very, very good drummer. And he also does scoring for TV.
Wow.
And this guy from Michigan is here, has his own studio, and he's making a lot of envelope money. Kasi dumarating yung royalties eh. Because he owns the recordings. Diba?
Yes.
Tayo, hindi tayo ganun. Pagkausap natin yung mga Pilipino natin kaibigan, ito yung set amount. May royalties tayong hahatian, whether it's DistroKid, TuneCore, or CD Baby, or that. But we're not charging them a mechanical right, or, of course, iba yun pag film score, yan. But then again, explain that. Ayan na, sinetap ko ng pagkahaba-haba. What is the process from you and I saying, let's collaborate on a song? How many hours? What goes on? Give me the process. Go.
So, there's a lot of hidden nuances that we would not be able to have full control of. For example, how long we would need to finish the song. For me, it's just, we'll just work on the song however much we need to, as long as we finish the song. But yes, so many artists would come to me with not even a song. They just want ideas. Rasec, I want a single, and I want it to talk about breakthrough in career, and I want it to sound like this song. And then they send me reference songs, and I write the song, I write the melody, I write the words, and then I also write, what is the guitar gonna do? Or are we gonna use an acoustic guitar? Are we gonna use pianos? What is the bass gonna do? What is the drum sound gonna, what is the drum performance gonna do? And then so I create that whole thing. I make all of those decisions by myself. Sing on top of it as a main vocalist, just so I could have a reference, a demo for them to listen to, and they'd be like, "Wow, I love it, Rasec. Let's go." And then I take out my vocals, have them come over to my studio. They would sing main vocals. They would leave, and then that night I would have to also compose the vocal arrangement.
Yep.
Where am I gonna be putting background vocals?
Time
What
out.
is the background vocals gonna do?
Time out. Let's talk about the number of hours spent before you present the demo to the client. Ayan. Ilan oras yon?
Let's say I've already learned how to work fast as well.
Right.
So
Because you're on your own, di ba?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And there's so many songs that I still have to go to, but I have to finish this particular song first. So I would say a total of 12 hours.
12 hours, right?
I would say like 6 hours in one day and then another 6 hours, because I would spend 12 hours in one day, but 6 hours is like actual work. The rest is like, I don't know.
No, the I don't know part, that's thinking eh. Kasama yun eh.
That too, yeah, yeah.
Because
Exactly.
it's called planning, di ba?
Mhm.
First, yung essence muna nung kanta,
Mhm.
writing it, erasing it,
Mhm.
structuring it, like what you said, the phrasing of it.
Yeah, there's so many things.
Anong hook ko rito sa 12 hours? Pag quantify mo ng 12 hours yun, sabihin mo na $100 per hour. Mababa pa nga yung $100 an hour.
Mhm.
Di ba? So sa $100 per hour, magkano na yun, no?
Man, if I could get paid for all of that, dang.
David Foster gets paid for much more than that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so 12 hours. So tapos ipe-present mo sa kanila. So may 12 hours na, darating sila. Magre-record. Yeah.
That's another time too.
Mhm. Of course, iba yung so time, yung like with Garth, 2 hours spent in the studio. But when Garth left, you had to work on the song pa after that.
Mhm. Mhm. I still have to edit the whole performance, make sure everything is
So naka-comp
tight.
yun, right? It takes
I have to comp his vocals
Yeah.
too. Yes.
Comp is to all of you. So ang ginagawa namin as producers, we let them sing. Minsan naka-loop. Sige, kumanta kayo, different styles and all. Then we pick and choose the best parts of their performances. And we do a composite. Kaya comp. We do a composite of the whole section and present that as
As
the
one
performance,
whole
yeah.
perfect performance. Yes.
So yung pa, stressful yun, di ba? Because mali mo, in their head, ito ang nagustuhan nila, pero ito ang nilagay nating performance.
Yeah.
So the vocal arrangement and all, how long does that take?
It would take me a few hours as well, because mostly I would have to sing on top of it as well. And I would have to plan like where am I gonna sing higher? Where am I gonna sing lower? Do we need lower parts? Do we need higher parts? What are we gonna do on the verse? Because we can't just have one plain vocal performance. We wanna stylistically enhance some vocal production in and out.
And you're not billing yourself to sing backups, di ba?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kumbaga, naka-bake in na yun sa rate na binibigay mo.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then they get the whole cake, and they just pay for a slice. Yeah.
Grabe, no? Royalties. Are you part of the...
Yes.
Okay.
I am also a part of the
Are
royalties.
you part of the publishing, or like in Guard's case, is it under his publishing, or hati kayo sa publishing para sa PRO, let's say?
Yeah. I had to
Hati
kami
kayo.
sa
Okay.
sa publishing royalties, yes.
Okay, that's good. So you're protected with regard to that. With these people who are listening to us and watching us, what would you recommend their first step be? Is it gear? Is it knowledge? Is it a combination of both? Is it the reality or the realization na may talent ka ba talaga for this? Because nung na-invent ang Fruity Loops, everybody became a beat maker.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, but there's also a huge amount of the FL Studio people who were able to make a living off of it.
Hell yeah. Leasing beats?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. And then it would evolve into making soundtracks for TV,
Yeah.
commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah. My recommendation really is to take the damn driver's seat and fucking drive. Sorry.
No. You could say drive. You can say anything you want. Pero totoo eh, di ba? You could do that eh.
Yes.
Yun dapat eh. Yun dapat ang attitude natin eh.
Mm. So the biggest difference with let's call him the Rasec before and the Rasec now. Rasec before was very timid in life. He was living life full of caution and doubts. So
Playing it safe, parang ganon.
playing it safe, yes. He's someone who does not want to take risks for his career, for his future. And so if there's one advice that I could give you is to really just develop the courage and just jump off the cliff and pray that you will be fine. But you actually have to jump off. You can't just stay on top of the cliff.
Yeah.
And by you jumping off, it's almost like you are stepping up to the plate and taking responsibility for what is going to happen. I used to have a mindset before where I would factor in all of the failures, the rejection, the pain, and it's like, oh my gosh, the industry is too saturated. There's too much competition. And you know, like from that spirit of speaking about what I want to do, it's like I'm already shying away from it. I'm already being timid.
Yan yung energy na binibigay mo sa
Yes.
universe eh, di ba? Na parang, ano ba yan?
It's like, I don't think I want to do this anymore because I've already numbered
Why you
a
can't?
factor of things. Yes. But what if I just, despite all of that, I developed the courage to go for it anyway?
Which you did.
Which I did. And yes, I got scratches and bruises.
Which you will have.
Which you will have, no doubt. You will be rejected. You will find failure. You will embarrass yourself many times. But, oh my gosh. But here's what I can tell you about the Rasec now is I am living life with a blazing fire.
May purpose, no?
Such a fulfilling life.
And in your own terms, on your own terms.
Yes. I'm excited to wake up early in the morning every single day. And I am blessed, I'm blessed. Yeah.
Okay, so magkakaroon pa ba ng time na alam mo, I keep teasing you about this, pero ako rin ganun eh. Dahil like in my case, I have a name na eh, may brand na ako, di ba?
Yeah.
Wala pa ako nire-release na kanta for me. Puro sa ibang artist. I like writing songs for other artists.
Yeah.
Di ba? Parang ang sarap eh. Parang, I think that's another breakthrough you and I will have to challenge ourselves because, again, in your case, it's stressful. In my case, it's also stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi now, we can't hide behind anybody else.
True. I'm still down. I'm still down to write songs for myself.
And perform them.
And release. Yes. I have. Yeah, there are many things that have happened in life that I would want to, share my story through these songs. It will happen in the future, but I am uncertain when it is going to happen.
How about settling down? Are you married na?
Yes.
Ah! So wait. Since when? Di ko nalaman to ah.
When was that? Last year.
Oh, chicks, congratulations.
Wait, 2 years ago.
When you came here, you were married na?
Oh my gosh, what year was that? 2020?
Tingnan mo nga, wait. When was the... no. Were you married na when you came here? I'm checking.
No. Last time I was here, I wasn't married yet.
Okay, wow. Wow, Rasec. Dapat yun ang inuna natin pinag-usapan. What made you bite the bullet? It's a good bullet, by the way. But it's a bullet nonetheless. Ano nangyari? Sabay-sabay ba kayo na Clarence? Hindi.
Yes. Actually, yes. It was a week after Clarence got married. That's when I got married too.
Did you guys talk about this?
We did not. We actually did not. It was not planned or anything. It just happened. It just happened. But and at that point in time, Clarence and I were looking back onto ourselves a few years ago. Like you guys
were babies.
Yes, we were worried about how we can afford this K barbecue. That's what we were worrying about. But at that point, oh my gosh, we're getting married, and then we're gonna be.
When they say we're getting married, hindi po sila to each other.
It's not me and Clarence, but Clarence is getting married to a friend, and I'm also getting married to someone else. But yes.
Grabe, no? Congratulations. How has it been?
Amazing. It's been amazing. I married the most wonderful woman on earth.
So kumbaga talagang sinusulat mo na talaga yung rest of your life mo, no?
Mm-hmm.
How about kids?
It'll happen soon.
Okay.
It'll happen.
Kumbaga, you're not stopping it from happening.
I'm not stopping it from happening.
Look at you.
I am open for it to happen.
Look, kinilabutan ako doon, no? Alam mo yung feeling na yung mga iba takot, wala pa akong budget. Ikaw talagang game on, di ba?
Yes. Yeah.
Galing.
Yeah.
I hope 10.
I'm gonna build an entire country.
Like Abraham. Pero hindi, tama yun. So, okay, you got married, you have your own studio. Ano pa? Ano pa ang ginagawa ng isang Rasec? That's a nice studio name, by the way.
Butthurt Studios.
Oh, Rasec. Tama na sa Butthurt Studio. That was cute. Okay, go. What else? What else is on the table?
I'm just gonna scale it up. That's just my objective for this year. I'm doing exactly what I want to do in life.
How about mentoring?
Haven't thought of that yet.
Mga kajabi.
A lot of people have approached me about that, but I just could not see that yet.
Because you can speak. You have style. You have a method. You have a process. Putting that on video, having other people enroll or subscribe online so they can see you 24/7.
That's another avenue I could explore. But a part of scaling up for me is to try and take social media and YouTube more seriously. Yeah. I don't like social media as well. I don't care about YouTube. But to scale up the business, I do want to showcase my talents and skills through video.
Right.
But not in the form of mentorship.
Kumbaga parang behind the scene. More or less.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't know how it looks like yet, but that's exactly what scaling up looks like to me.
Galing, from someone who can't speak to someone who actually wants to do. You're more than welcome to come here anytime. If you need advice with regard to that, let me know. Okay? I mean, you're only 2 minutes, 3 minutes away. Diba?
I could walk here. I could jog here.
Okay, so you're doing that. Record label. Like ako, nagtayo na ako ng record label. Ikaw?
No, I haven't thought of that too.
Oh my God, marami pa, Rasec. Marami ka pang gagawin.
Yeah. Despite all of the things that I have done for myself, I still feel like I'm a baby here. I'm still a student. That's the thing. I have so many things to learn. Yeah.
Okay. I-ano natin to, i-landing natin ng maayos. Let's not talk about your old self. Before we land, I want to know, how did you feel on the drive back home from the One Republic concert? Kasi doon nagbago yun yung crossroad mo di ba? How did it feel going there? Being dragged, not really dragged, pero technically that was your idea. Pero going home, your brain, your neurons was firing a lot of ideas. What was going through your head on the way back home?
I was just thinking of how I am going to die.
Going there?
No. It's just that I knew I would be in a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
I would be in a lot of trouble. And how am I going to go through this first chaos
Oh, time out.
off of the decision that I've made for myself?
Okay, ulitin ko ha. Maganda yung sinabi mo Para lang, sorry. So, kasi I have this mantra wherein you make a choice, you commit, you follow through with consistency, and then you repeat. Like ko sinasabi yun Ito sinabi mo, so you made a decision in your head, and then nakita mo na kagad na, oh my God, may dire consequences na I'm gonna die.
Yes.
Pero nag-commit ka, so ibig sabihin, tinuloy mo,
Yes.
di ba?
I am gonna have to go. But at least this was a consequence that I am willing to accept off of a decision that I made for myself, finally.
Okay, so that decision was still in your head on the drive back home.
Yes.
Were you driving?
I forgot. Yes, I was, yeah.
So blank stare yan sa 101 freeway, tama?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of like almost like adrenaline because I am in a position where I have not been in ever. Like making a huge decision at that time for me was it was a big decision that I have made for the first time.
And then ang nakakatuwa, it really was too late to apologize.
I love that.
Diba? Parang,
Yes.
fuck that shit. Tuloy-tuloy na to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so pag uwi mo sa bahay, did you tell everybody right away? Or nauna yung school, dropping out of school? Anong nangyari?
Nauna yung dropping out of school.
Without telling anybody?
Without telling anybody. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even ask for permission if it's okay for me to do that. I just went for it.
Jumped, right? Like what you said.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then you know, yes, a storm did ensue after dropping out. There are fights.
But you were ready for it, right?
Yes, there were fights, and you know, but the biggest thing is that I am living life how I want it to. It was a consequence. I ate the consequence, but now my family has a different perception of my life now. They have full trust in me to go for whatever I want now.
Naiyak ako dito sa sinasabi mo. So, doon natin dukutin yung advice for people who are scared of actually taking the first step. What's your advice to them, yung mga listeners natin, regardless of their age? Because walang pinipiling age ang ang making the first step in.
Yes. Yeah. My advice to you is be scared. It's okay to be scared. But understand one thing is that while you are scared, you are another thing at the same time. You are courageous. And that courage is what will make you act upon the decision despite being scared.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rasec Marc. We'll post the link in the description, of course. And then pag okay na yung kanyang YouTube channel at yung kanyang mga social media account, we'll post it also. We'll have you back, ha? Want to sawang have you back.
Thank you.